This is Dennis Rodman. Three-time NBA champions.
Dennis Rodman rose from obscurity to become the NBA's bad boy.
Rodman shoots from the head of the key.
Rodman made headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Rodman knows a 20-footer.
They're laughing at you. It's completely. The next day he shows up with a green. We end up rooming again.
That's what every game performing the way, you know, like it was.
Shaquille O'Neal.
That is the way you're supposed to. Special athlete.
Who seemed so playful and lighthearted in his high school career.
Of the top centers in the U.S.
Stop over and through here.
Find that he hasn't gotten carried away with.
He had made it a mission, both the size and power, to tear down.
Introduction. The Battle of Dominance. Basketball has seen many legendary matchups, but few have been as electrifying as Shaquille O'Neal versus Dennis Rodman. These two players weren't just skilled, they were forces of nature, each with a unique approach to the game. Shaq, the 7 feet 1 inch, 300-pound giant, was an unstoppable force in the paint. Rodman, at 6 feet 7 inches, was the ultimate defensive disruptor and rebound specialist. But how did these two titans stack up against each other? Let's break it down. The early years, paths to greatness. Shaq's journey to superstardom. Shaquille O'Neal's rise to NBA dominance began in Newark, New Jersey. By the time he reached LSU, he was already a basketball phenomenon. Standing at an imposing 7 feet 1 inch, he combined power with agility, earning him a reputation as an unstoppable force. During his college career, Shaq averaged 21.6 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 4.6 blocks per game. He quickly became a household name and was selected first overall in the 1992 NBA draft by the Orlando Magic. His explosive dunks, immense strength, and ability to dominate the paint made him a nightmare for defenders. Rodman's relentless rise. Dennis Rodman's journey was different. He wasn't a highly sought-after prospect, and his path to the NBA was unconventional. After attending Southeastern Oklahoma State University, Rodman was drafted in the second round of the 1986 NBA draft by the Detroit Pistons. What he lacked in scoring, he more than made up for in defensive intensity, rebounding prowess, and sheer determination. Rodman quickly became the backbone of the Pistons' bad boys defense, known for his ability to shut down the best offensive players in the league. He later joined the Chicago Bulls, where he played a crucial role in their championship runs alongside Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Playing styles, power versus persistence. Shaq's unmatched dominance. Shaq was a once-in-a-generation talent. His ability to combine size, speed, and skill made him nearly impossible to guard. Opponents had to either foul him, leading to the infamous hack-a-Shaq strategy, or watch him dunk over their heads. Shaq's career stats speak for themselves. 4 NBA championships, 3 Finals MVPs, and 15 All-Star selections. His ability to score in the paint, grab rebounds, and block shots made him one of the most dominant centers in history. Rodman's defensive genius. Rodman wasn't about scoring. He was about stopping scorers. He won 7 consecutive rebounding titles, despite being significantly shorter than most centers. His hustle, tenacity, and defensive IQ allowed him to neutralize even the most skilled offensive players. Rodman's ability to read the trajectory of missed shots, outwork bigger players, and get into the heads of his opponents made him invaluable. He wasn't just a defensive player, he was a psychological weapon, capable of disrupting entire game plans. head-to-head battles, clash of styles. When Shaq and Rodman faced off, it was a war of contrasting styles. Shaq relied on his brute strength to overpower opponents, while Rodman used every trick in the book to counter him. Shaq's strength versus Rodman's tactics. When Rodman guarded Shaq, he couldn't match him in strength, but he didn't need to. Instead, he used his quickness, footwork, and mind games to frustrate Shaq. He poked, pulled, and positioned himself perfectly to force Shaq into tough shots or draw offensive fouls. But Shaq wasn't just about strength. His footwork, soft touch around the rim, and ability to pass out of double teams made him a nightmare for any defender, even Rodman. While Rodman could slow him down at times, stopping Shaq completely was nearly impossible. The mental game. Rodman was a master of mind games. He would talk trash, get physical, and do anything necessary to gain an edge. Shaq, known for his fun-loving personality, sometimes fell into Rodman's traps, but usually found a way to assert his dominance. Their battles were physical and intense, with Shaq trying to impose his will in the post, while Rodman did everything in his power to make life difficult for him. The result? Some of the most memorable matchups in NBA history. Legacy and impact. Shaq, a basketball icon. Shaq's impact on basketball extends far beyond his championships. He changed how centers played the game and forced teams to develop new defensive strategies. His larger-than-life personality also made him a global superstar, transitioning seamlessly into entertainment after retirement. Rodman, the ultimate competitor. Rodman's influence wasn't about scoring. It was about effort, heart, and defense. He proved that you didn't need to be a prolific scorer to be a game changer. His relentless rebounding, defensive versatility, and fearless approach inspired generations of players. Conclusion: who had the edge? Was Shaq the better player overall? Yes, his offensive dominance and championships make that clear. But was Rodman one of the only players who could slow him down? Absolutely. Their battles showcase the beauty of contrasting styles, pure power versus relentless grit. Shaq and Rodman will forever be linked in NBA history, not just because of their matchups, but because of the unique ways they impacted the game. Whether it was Shaq's thunderous dunks or Rodman's acrobatic rebounds, both left an indelible mark on basketball. Was Shaq unstoppable? Yeah, like a freight train with no brakes. Did Rodman make him work for every point? No doubt. He was the ultimate disruptor. One thing's for sure, when these two met on the court, it was must-watch basketball.